Hey guys, I'm Ned. Today we're meeting with brand rep extraordinaire JP and his bearded dragon, of course, because every start off with that. And what are we drinking today, JP?
Guinness, man. What else?
Always the way.
The good stuff.
Best way to start a Sunday off. Who knows? So we're going to go over a couple little topics about how JP's got to be where he is and the different aspects of what JP's done. Because would you say you've done quite a few things in this industry? I mean, you've been around the place.
Yeah, it's the only industry I've ever known. So yeah, I suppose I would have hoped to have done a little bit by now.
So first, like starting off, I suppose you're obviously at the titan of industry at the end of your career at the moment. But starting off, were you similar to us? Or starting off in bars and stuff like that?
Yeah, man. My first job was 18. Went and worked at a public golf club, or municipal golf club, as we kind of call it, and just for beer money and stuff like this. There's a deeper story behind it, but just chucking CVs out to people, and it was the golf club I was playing at that I just chucked a CV into. It was actually through a friend, and I think it was like a week after I turned 18, and I was there for 4 years, I think. So pretty much most of my early adult life was kind of there, 3.5, 4 years. Super hard working place. It was different every day with the people we had. And yeah, that just taught me about work ethic and how to graft and how to look for work, look for work to do and things like that. So yeah, since 18, never known anything else really, which is just strange. And then went on to Delicious Dining Group in Southampton and got placed around a few of their different venues, from like cocktail bars to gastros to nightclubs and all that kind of stuff.
Got a varied amount of different venues and that sort of thing. What would you say would be your favourite part of the kind of different elements? Obviously, this industry is far and widespread, but what would you say probably your favourite out of each of those elements?
I love working in pubs, man. If I'm honest, like it's a strange one because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I could be working, or if I'm like doing kind of events at a place now. It doesn't matter as long as you're serving people. I could be anywhere. I could honestly be anywhere. Coffee shop, whatever. It's I like all the different. It's weird because I like all the different things in hospitality. That the classic thing to say is that you like serving people, but I liked all the little back office and seller jobs and stuff like that. The graft stuff. So I like to graft at work. Do you know what I mean? So I like coming home and feeling exhausted, which is great. So it doesn't matter where it was. It doesn't matter.
So obviously in that kind of time period of say 4 to 6 years working in various different establishments, there must have been quite a few people you worked for and with. Anyone of note that might have stood out as a really good kind of teacher in this situation?
Oh mate, my first boss was possibly the best first boss I ever could have had. He put me in my place from day one.
Perfect.
He was actually the owner, and I remember I think with some of the techniques, should we call it, of teaching me how to do stuff, like it was fight or flight at that point. I could have cracked at any minute, but he just told me that just work hard. He really drilled it into me that from literally from the get go that you work hard, you see the benefits.
Yeah.
So he was definitely the one that I always look back to. He's always the one that comes up in any interviews I go into.
Really? And did you see, whilst you were working that sort of time period, that you could be doing this sort of thing in a few years' time?
When I went to uni and stuff like this, so what the intention was to get on the other side of the bar. That's why I went. The other reason was because the fees were going up, the uni fees were going up. I was like, if I'm going to go to uni, it's now. When it came to thinking about what I wanted to do, I knew I wanted to stay in the industry, but obviously go on to the other side of the bar. But it wasn't the repping side that I aimed for. Truthfully, my dad is also a rep in another industry, and I think some of his influence kind of rolled off, and I couldn't really escape it at that point. And yeah, I'm effectively my father's child, and that we both do the same thing now, and kind of grew up around what he literally, from seeing him grow up, I'm almost living what I saw as a kid, which is really strange, kind of like coming in late and traveling away and stuff like this. And yeah, it's weird. It's really strange. It's kind of like, yeah, I kind of understand the implications of what I grew up around, which is really cool, but it wasn't intentional.
Following on from that, obviously you've gone now through various different positions in the bar and have worked with various different people in that sort of situation. Do you have any aims and goals now that kind of carry on from that sort of trajectory?
My aim for now, I try and keep my aims quite short. My kind of end goal is kind of always there, and that's to open a bar one day. That's all I think about. That's all I take notes about most days when I've got ideas and things like that. That's my kind of daydream stuff. So that is kind of my end goal. But my main aim now, having moved over to Speciality Brands and the Speciality Drinks, and my aim is just to become an integral part of that team for now. There's so many amazing people in it, and just kind of want to, I've only been there 6 months, 5-6 months ago, but I want to find my own kind of my own place in it. That's kind of my main aim at the moment, is to really work my way into that company.
So many different, like, incredible brands as a part of it. And obviously, as a rep, there's a lot of different elements to what you're doing in day-to-day life. And so obviously within this industry, we're kind of more a late night industry, but how do you balance the mixture of going out late night to be able to socialize and be a part of this industry, alongside also having to do all the kind of office hours and admin work that a rep would have to do day to day?
As reps, we'll chase anything. We'll go and chase any big or little lead that comes along, or whatever. And you because you're looking after your own days and things like this, you just want to do absolutely everything all the time. So trying to balance that out is very difficult, because we kind of live it as, our own lives anyway. So yeah, definitely trying to hold yourself back sometimes is difficult, but no, man, just it's all about just everything in moderation as well, in terms of that balance and that party side, because I kind of did that when I was younger and got out of the way. I hate being like super drunk these days. I just can't cope with it. I hate, I like respecting my surroundings and the people I'm around. I feel that there is definitely a bit of self-control that I have. I like to think I have. I just hate hangovers as well. I can't do them. I hate pointless hangovers. Yeah. Can't deal with them. It just throws me off now. So I kind of I'll leave that one for holidays and stuff.
Yeah, and I suppose, I assume you also respect the idea that you make your own drinks at home, you're just drinking them for the actual purpose of making those drinks, as opposed to drinking them to get drunk. You're making some amazing drinks on your Instagram.
So it's been quite nice to have some time to do that.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Do you have any tips and tricks for people who are making drinks at home bartending?
Keep your space clean. Like, that's one thing I've always been into, is just trying to make sure everything is set out. And when you're at home, you've got more time to think about doing that. So when everything's clean, you just got a cleaner mind to put stuff together. And
following on from that, do you miss anything about bartending? Anything that really stands out that you miss about being behind a bar?
I was always one for the kind of the little jobs to find that I get really stuck into. I used to love like cleaning my cellar and just finding jobs, like if it was super dead, and just getting really into those. Like, I don't get to do that anymore. I don't get to find those types of jobs anymore, which is really strange. But I used to get super into the small jobs, and proper grafting and stuff like that. Like putting my hand, now all I use these for is typing away on a laptop. But I used to just get right stuck into a fridge rotation or something like that. It's really strange. And obviously, serving drinks and stuff. But I miss all those weird little things. I miss being right in the thick of it as well on a Friday and Saturday night. And just feel like there's no end to it. But I miss those times. Just getting proper.
Do you find there's ever any like creative parallels between the two jobs? I mean, obviously, as a kind of bartender, you have a mix of making drinks consistently, but also possibly creating drinks and changing menus and that sort of thing. Do you find that making events and creating kind of tastings and trainings and that sort of thing have a parallel to that?
I always just think that, well, I suppose speaking from what I do now is kind of what I look for in some of the drinks I come up with for, say, what I want to do in the future and whatever. But I always try and find like a hook that people kind of prick their ears up to, and someone that opens their eyes and be like, I can't. There's one little thing in them that's being like, I can't resist that. So finding a hook in an event, say, or something that's going to happen throughout the night, or an element of a night that's there, or an element of a training, or this, that, and the other. Just finding that it doesn't have to be, if you try and put too many in at once, it's like, it feels like too much. It's a bit too overwhelming. Just finding like one hook for people to be like, oh, really, that sounds super cool. And, it might not be the newest thing or whatever to them, but just coming up with something modern and relative to what's going on now. Finding just one where it might not even just be an ingredient, but like a style of serve, or just a classic or a vintage drink that you just flipped on its head with something that's super cool. Just finding that one little hook is kind of a parallel between those two things. And it's definitely, that's, I always used to say to kind of Tom and Elaine when they used to work for me, or when they worked for Marissa, was when they were developing events and stuff, it's like, just find that hook that people the people will read it and be like, yeah, I need to be there. Or at least I would like to go if I could. Same with drinks, like just give people a reason to order it in the first place.
And then one last thing, if you were end of this quarantine, end of this isolation, what's the drink you're going straight for when you go to a bar?
It's got to be beer. I'm a big beer fan, man. Like anything like a 6.5% kind of super citrusy IPA. Like just wouldn't, like big like pint of it, just wouldn't touch the sides, mate. That's where I'm all at. New England style IPAs are like my thing right now. I don't go out and drink cocktails too much. I don't make drinks a lot at home. I'm doing it now because I've got a little bit more time. But yeah, just beer and drams, man. Let's get it done. Beer and proper smoky peated creamy drams.
Perfect.
All over that stuff. I'm not a connoisseur really, mate. I'm not. It's really strange.
What you like, man?
But,
amazing. JP, thank you very much. Hopefully see you again soon.
Terrible answers, but love you, brother.
Cheers, bud.
Yeah.